Anubis.
Okay, yeah, well, I mean, Pera, just to give a little bit of context, did lose their opening map to Cloud9 13, or 3-13, I should say. GamerLegion was a 6-13 loss, so yeah, they kind of struggled.
Well, they
on
played
that
Anubis against Cloud9, right? That was the 13-3 loss, so
yeah.
they got onto a map that they've just picked. So yeah, I don't feel too confident about Pera's chances.
However, Cloud9 just beat Vitality on Anubis, so maybe there's something to that. They were like, you know what, we're good on this map. It's just Cloud9 is very much better.
Yep, exactly. Well, Pera versus Preasy kicks off. This one's for elimination. We've got Pera starting the CT side of Anubis.
Interestingly enough, Preasy chose to start on the T side. They'll be starting both maps in the series on the offensive side of the maps, Anubis and Vertigo. Third map would be Knife to Decide. And right out of the gates, Preasy going to line up outside of the B bomb site. They've got 2 smokes, Molotov, 2 flashbangs, and they've got 1 lonely defender who's got a lot of utility coming in his direction.
That's that player Pera that you were talking about being a standout for Pera. He's at the platform, covered by smoke at the moment. Preasy starting to commit into the B bomb site. Pera yet to be taken out. And that bomb plant is through, so Preasy lock into plant. They drop back with 5 players in the post plant. They've also got a Molotov if it gets a little hairy towards the end.
Yeah, and I imagine TMB's just going to stay safe, and he'll just molly onto the bomb as soon as they start coming in to delay anything. There's, I mean, a lot of safety for these Preasy positions.
A lot of safety. No fights going down until they push into Dupree, and you do not get past Dupree. 3 kills with the Glock. Emporia is trying to take out Altex, but it's so good so far for Preasy. The round's done. The pistol is theirs.
Drop the molly just now.
Dupree just steps up.
Drop the molly and just show them they would have lost no matter what. But he's
just save that. Save that money. Oh, knife kill at the end. That's a crazy pistol.
I mean,
had everything. That's expensive.
Yeah, that is pretty wild. I'll say that's kind of, I mean, 4,400 on Poria. I don't think he'll probably go for a half investment here, but that's oh no, he's gone for the whole thing. He's dropped it on Poria. That knife at the end is kind of a big deal.
It is a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal. And immediately Pera take a timeout. They want to talk things out.
Like, okay, we've just been given a kind of a golden ticket here.
Yeah, we have a rifle. What do we want to do with it, boys?
Now we'll find out. All right, Force Buy looks pretty good actually in the end here for Pera. For the side of Preasy, they'll go the AK, Galil, Mac-10. Just a moment to try and settle into things. So we get to see the chaos here. Dupree starts it off very well, and then it becomes just sheer chaos right at the end of the pistol here. And Poria simply get back and get that knife kill. Slash.
A little awkward engagement. Roy, smile on his face, maybe not for long. I think it's interesting they made the decision to buy the M4 up here instead of save the money for the AWP. So, I mean, still, while this is a really strong second round buy for the CT side comparative to the other ones that we normally see, it's obviously not strong across the board in any way. 3 pistols and an SMG around that M4.
Yeah, so Pera have won 9 rounds so far in total at the RMR, despite playing 2 maps.
Yep.
13-3 loss to Cloud9 that you mentioned, and then 13-6 loss to GamerLegion. That was on Nuke.
Yeah.
So haven't had the best of times. A team that have recently just found success qualifying for Pro League online. Every bit of LAN experience is worth its weight in gold. And that MP5, you don't see it purchased that often, but it's effective, and this force buy for Pera has not paid off at all.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking the M4 is like a little bit of a crazy investment for a second round. Why not save it for the AWP when you have a little bit more? I thought maybe when they lost the 1 player at the B bomb site, they would just choose to save with the other 4 players, but obviously they did not. Loving the MP5 selection out of Roy.
If Aaron's real name isn't Aaron, I don't know what we do. Let me see.
What is it?
It's Aaron, but it's spelled differently.
Okay.
And I think his...
Aaron?
Yeah, it's not spelled Aaron. It's spelled in the Hungarian way, which is just A-R-O-N, but with an accent on the top, which actually looks cooler than normal Aaron.
Maybe they don't have the accent in the Counter-Strike client.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Well... that's all that's really exciting about that round. Pera...
is this guy's name.
Yeah, exactly. Aaron with the UMP. We've seen all the SMGs so far, pretty much, apart from MP7. We've seen MP5. Well, obviously, P90 we didn't see, but we've seen MP5, Mac-10, UMP. We're getting a lot more SMGs coming out in CS2.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised we don't see the MP7 more. It was actually a pretty popular pick. I felt like at the start of CS2. I think pros have
Nerds uses it still.
Yeah, I think the pros have just... I know talking to most of them, it's just the cost effectiveness of the MP9 is just like unmatched.
Dude, it's insane. The MP9 is ridiculous in CS2. I feel like you can win rifle rounds again with it. We've seen quite a few of those, but Roy looking to use that MP5, and he goes straight through middle. MSN is taken out. Oh, Poria! That's a big swing. Nice shot on Roy.
Yeah, very nice shot, but TMB has a chance to build up some money. Waiting for the follow-up swing. Couldn't read it, but still adjusts over. No armor on Poria. And actually a pretty decent amount of damage being done so far, and all of a sudden it's gotten a little sketchy, and now into a one-on-one somehow, some way, but it's not going anywhere from here. Come through that smoke and you're dead. 17 HP, and Refresh just has to stay aimed over at camera or just hide in A main.
Yeah, this would be a frustrating loss for Camion. Refresh has a whole Batman utility belt filled with Molotovs and grenades. And the health of Camion does not make you feel like he's going to be able to pick this one up. Refresh doesn't even buy the first tap and just swings with the AK. Didn't even need to use a single piece of utility. Just overkill with the headshot, and Preasy up 3-0. Yeah,
costly round though. 4 players go down for Preasy. That can't be the happiest thing in the world, although we still see him smiling. But off to a good start out of that second round for Spy. We'll see what Preasy, or excuse me, what we can get out on the board from Pera.
Pera have the op. DGL. Deagle. With the sniper to kick things off. Aaron straight through the smoke. Roy's dead. Sad face. And that's going to be Preasy having to deal with a 4v5.
And having to deal with just, it looks like a little timing hit on this B bomb site. 4 players are, that's great nade damage provided from the CT side. The AWP is here, 2 M4s are here. This should, in theory, go nowhere considering the defense that's set up.
Yeah, AWP stuck in the back of the platform. Poira, oh, from the jail, locks up a couple. Refresh and Altex have a life sentence, and now DGL swings with the AWP. It's good from the right side of the obelisk, and he stays in position, so dupreeh clears him out. Close quarters combat for the Dane, and so much time for dupreeh to work this one. And because he didn't take too much damage in those initial fights, he's got the health too. Yeah,
the only problem really is his number of bullets. He can't reload right now. He doesn't want to give up the sound cue to his position, but only 9 shots available in that AK-47. So Pera going to play this very passively in Temple. dupreeh's hoping somebody's going to rotate into his position, but he's going to have to work a little harder for this clutch.
How long to the side of Pera just wait here? Do they just play
forever.
Retake if he goes towards the A-bomb site?
Yeah, you play this position forever. You play it together forever until you know where dupreeh is.
And then you move out together. Whether you have to retake the A-bomb site or B. Alright, dupreeh has not got the mistake he wanted. Does he have much utility? Just 1 flash. So he can't Molotov towards Temple. He can't smoke anything. So it's going to be tough here for dupreeh. He's got to worry about B main, Dark, Temple, all of the positions.
It's been so long now that he knows like people could have moved around in multiple different places.
They've actually rotated off.
Well, he's going to come right back, especially with that plant sound. But MSN's starting to make a move forward. But you want to make sure your teammate's there to trade.
So dupreeh has not reloaded, so 9 bullets still. He's worried about a flank through B main, and just as he walks into the archway, the peek from Temple comes in. It's prolonged. It's a little awkward. But it's Pera that find their first round win.
Yeah, and actually even Aaron salvaging some utility, a smoke and a Molotov that I think dupreeh would have desperately liked to have picked up on his path towards Dark. He never checked the pillar. So plenty of utility he could have utilized in the clutch, and it goes the other direction, 1-2.
Yeah, tough clutch there for dupreeh. Based on all the time that passed, he had no info as to where those remaining players were. On a pause coming in. Looks like it's going to be of the technical variety, so Preasy, another one of those. I'm sorry, the science is adding up, Jason.
Okay, yeah.
I said a few days ago, the only games that have had tech issues that have been extended.
3 matches, 3 tech pauses.
So it's something they're doing. It's gotta be. MSN's a bit of a throwback. I only used it a couple of times when I was a kid. But was MSN a big part of your life?
No. That was like a boomer thing even when the internet began.
Oh, okay. I just remember doing some emojis on that. That was my, I think they were called emoticons back then. Maybe that's where Roy got his smiley faces from.
Yeah, he does draw a good smiley face.
The pause is undone and we're ready to return to the action. AWP for DGL is still there. And he actually hit some good shots in that last round. Maybe if he can get going here, they can have a decent CT side for Pera. Problem is, Preasy still have plenty of money in, so they've got a good buy yet again. TMB takes the AWP out for a spin.
Pera's opening up with a very strong B defense. 2 M4s in the AWP have started there the past 2 rounds and sticking around quite long. Even mid wide open at this point with a minute and 23 seconds left on the clock. And Preasy just now making their first move. Utility to take control of A main, immediately countered by Pera.
Ooh, a little boost for Aaron. He's got a good spot for Altex, and Altex will know now there's a boost deployed. And that's good information. You know, 2 players are committed towards Fountain, and no one dies.
Yeah, now that you're in this best of 3 territory as well, like you can kind of research that. And if Preasy had seen them go for that boost against Cloud9, Altex with a good awareness to jiggle it out and not get caught completely off guard, that can be an easy opening kill allowed for Pera. And Preasy still not being too aggressive on the map. Nobody taking control of middle, nobody inside of A main either. It's just kind of quiet on the map. 33 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, smoke out towards CT. Deployed for Preasy, signaling this final B attack with 22 seconds left. Good spray from Camion. Dark is dead. Dupree, TMP, Altex, and Roy all fall, and shortly after Refresh sees the same fate. So 4 players stay up for Pera. Got a second round off the back of that.
And without anyone probing Dark throughout the entire round, I'm surprised. There were 2 flashbangs on the Preasy players entering Dark. I'm surprised one wasn't utilized to just chuck into the corner so you can swing with it. I think also having the AWP as your kind of second player coming in is a little unwieldy, especially when the defense gets doubled up like this. Camion gets all the kills, excuse me. One more player was there to join in through the door frame.
Yeah, great hold. Tough position to get a lot of multi-kills without being traded out, but there was no utility that made it uncomfortable for him, so he just stood in the same spot. They run in and they melt at his hand. So 4 Glocks and an AK-47 for Refresh. So he's the hero of this round. They try to boost him up. Roy runs through the smoke. Aaron dispels the attack with the M4 alongside DGL, and they don't break through Preasy. That AK is taking significant damage too. It's down to 17 health.
Yeah, maybe a misallocation of resources there. You have the hero AK-47, but coming through a smoke, there's no chance for that AK-47 to get involved in any meaningful way. So this is going to get tied up at 3 apiece.
Well, Pera currently on a 4 series loss streak. Looking to try and break that today. Altex dead, and Refresh hanging out around the lamps. So.
Yeah, he made the decision to save at like the minute-and-a-half mark.
Yeah, at least it's cozy. Look at this little corner he's got.
Like, I got 17 HP, all my Glocks are dead. I'm going to chill. He's going to get hunted for sure.
There's nothing better than the smell of a fresh carpet, Jason.
Really?
That's one of my favorite smells.
Is it?
Yep.
That's weird.
Petrol, freshly cut grass, and a fresh carpet.
All right.
Carpet stores smells so good.
It's starting to put the pieces together. Now I'm starting to understand why you are the way that you are.
Sniffing all these random things, I guess. Let us know what your favorite smell is. You can do that on X.com.
That's a dangerous
Tweet
one
at Jason.
Put out into the world.
Well, who knows? There might be some interesting smells that we haven't discovered yet, Jason. We can go sniff them. This is a long save, isn't it? There's the ladder they added.
Oh, yes.
And that was kind of crazy, watching people jump out the map, find the skybox.
That was a high-quality update.
I'm glad they did that. And I like that Valve have the personality to kind of laugh at themselves a little bit. It's like, all right, that was kind of a wild mistake.
This was a wild couple of weeks.
Let's remember that.
Yeah.
Nothing beats the flying pigeons, though.
No, flying pigeons are great.
The flying pigeon used to be the most highly produced vehicle in the world. It was a bicycle in China, and everyone had a flying pigeon bicycle, basically.
Could it actually fly?
No, it's just a very low-cost bicycle.
Okay. Called
the flying pigeon. Falcons soared like a pigeon, though, in the RMR. They crashed out.
Yeah. Okay. You've taken that a lot of different ways very quickly.
Well, the solution is simple. And now round 7 kicks off with Poria. Oh, good spray on a double. Dupree and Alte, we waited all that time for Preasy to get money back, and that is how the round begins.
Yeah, tough, but look at Refresh lurking through the smoke. Almost had a chance at that fight. Good heads-up play from DJL, and these last 2 rounds for Preasy have just been stopped cold very, very quickly. Gun rounds aren't looking good. Pera's going to be up in a 1-0 lead. First lead of the game for them. And really not a whole lot to talk about at the moment, just because these kills happen so early in the round. It's a recovery mission, and we're just going to walk in and play contact at this B-bomb site. There are some smokes up already. This double stack is brutal for this kind of a situation. This little bait and switch in the corner.
Molotov could ruin it, though. If Roy puts it into that cubby. I think it's more likely TMB uses the Molotov to clear out this close corner, but he uses it for dark. Ooh. Yeah, and it's tough for Roy to really place the Molotov, but he's killed Camion. Aaron swung through Temple, and now TMB has to deal with both players. DGL's the closest, and he knows exactly where he is at the back of the platform, and TMB eventually will take that headshot. Now taps on that defuse, and he's double pushed. So it should have been a lot easier, a lot cleaner there, but in the end, it's still picked up.
Yeah, I think Pera's going to be happy to take whatever they can get, and that's not badly played altogether. 2 players survive, and they have that 4-3 lead. It's going to have to be Preasy to figure out some solutions to these problems, and first and foremost, they've encountered a lot of resistance over at Dark. Poria here with the double kill to start the round. Yeah, Dupree can just nod in appreciation for the shooting.
Well, we're 2 rounds away from Pera equaling their best result here at the RMR so far. That would be 6 rounds. So already looking much more comfortable against Preasy. Pera's gonna have Aaron swing out in towards middle. Utility comes in just as he wanted to go for that peak. And Preasy have some ground here. They want to go quick with the Tech 9s. Aaron gets back into camera, and there's 3 players in the start of the A bomb site. Currently, one of them, the AWP. And DGL absolutely smashes Roy. Goes in for a second. Aaron now takes distraction, pulls TMB his way. Dupree has to make that Tech 9 sing. And MSN, remember, it has not been detected yet, and DGL is stepping up. No breaking through that A defense.
Yeah, he's done a good job with the op of being at the right position. Remember, the first gun around was that B execute, and he was over there as the 3rd player, and that's kind of how Pera opened up this half, was 3 players stacking the B bomb site, and I think they've put a stop to those attacks so more often than not that he decides to switch it up, go to the other side of the map, and he's there for a perfect stop at the mid exec.
Well, that's taking the first timeout out of Preasy. 2 streams being run simultaneously at the moment. You're currently watching the secondary stream. And on the other stream, I hear a lot of screaming out of Henry G and Anders. So
yeah,
that action is Spirit versus MOUZ.
A very loud yell.
I hope. It's sounded like there could be an injury in there. Maybe we'll go have a look.
Yeah, Anders might have finally gone down.
he fell over. Looks like a great game over there right now. Nice and close. If you're interested in following that action, MOUZ versus Spirit, that's on the PGL mainstream. No heartbreak over there. Only jubilation as they're going to move through to the Major, the winner of that game. And here, it'll be tears. Preasy called a timeout. Now they've got money back. Their last gun round resulted in 2 players dying instantly towards the bottom of these stairways.
It looks like Pera's lining up for that same peak as well. 2 players headed towards Dark. 2 players aggressive in A main as well.
DGL holding. Flash goes through, and MSN handles Altex his play forward. Once again, another opening kill goes the way of Pera.
Yeah, and I think now Preasy's going to start sensing this weakness a little bit, that they can gain mid relatively easy. Pera, that's one part of the map they haven't really given a whole lot of love. They've had one player there just to check out some counter utility in the previous round, but for the most part, Pera's been aggressive towards the main bomb sites.
Well, Preasy have not been able to find the reply yet. No trading. If they go dry past camera, it'll be a difficult position. That flash does not land in front of the eyes of DGL. He finds a perfect angle to stop TMB from getting across to Dupree through Dark. Oh, Aaron handles that. And Preasy are not doing anything on this map.
Yeah, they're not finding any success with any of these fights. And another one, this one is just going to be an easy kill for Poria. This is looking rough for Preasy. DJL, fair play, is hitting some very nice shots with this AWP.
Yeah, good angles selected as well. Negates a lot of the utility being put towards him. For Preasy, I mean, my prediction for this game was they were going to be very, very control, dominant, take a big win over Pera. And right now, it looks to be the opposite.
Well, remember, we mentioned this is still a pretty new team and lineup together, and one of the weaknesses is that map pool. So maybe Anubis just not something they're super comfortable just yet. Good swing from Aaron with low HP. Refresh clear and right. He goes down, and 6-3 in the favor of Pera. Interesting.
Very interesting.
And this is where you have to kind of lean on that experience. Don't let the weight of the moment get heavier as you look at that scoreboard, but also the experience of being able to find different solutions to the problems you're encountering. And at the moment, it's Preasy not being able to punch any openings into this map.
Yeah, Anubis doesn't look like he's played very much for Preasy. You look back at the last time they played it was 5th of February. Quite some time ago, that was against the fellow Danes of excl. Preasy lost 13-8, so trying to go a little bit quicker. And it has worked out very well for Altex. That Tech 9 cuts through the B defense, and the bomb is going down. So Preasy have their best round yet, but it still could fall out of their hands.
I think it was chaotic communication between the two B defenders. I'm assuming one was calling that it was going to be a rush through B main, and the Dark player was completely back-turned to Dark and just gets ran over by Tech 9s. This retake is going to be very difficult.
Yeah, especially because they took so long to get into position, and dupree's Tech 9 has eradicated MSN, sees the AWPer towards stairs 2, and dupree does not want to get involved in that fight, so just lets him fall back. Refresh is sent out to try and hunt that AWP. Ooh, good read from DGL. He turns back. He'll hang on to his AWP for at least a few more seconds. Lots of missed shots, lots of peeks. DGL, it's risky, but the P250 comes out on top, and now he has to run away. He has to get back to safety.
He was almost frustrated with the missed AWP shot, so he just pulls out the P250. He's out of ammunition as well, but he was just like, screw it, I'll use the sidearm. dupreeh passing out high fives. Another round win. They close the gap to just 2. And a timeout again.
I mean, that's not a way that you can consistently build rounds on the T side, but it's certainly a way to reopen an opportunity for you.
And this is one of the maps that has the most offensive T side success, right? This is one of the
strongest T side in the game.
You expect those T sides to be able to put up a few more rounds. So at the moment, Preasy's just clawing things together and kind of holding on by their fingernails, and they're hoping that this can turn the tides a little bit, gain some momentum.
So Altex does very well getting those double openers. dupreeh able to close it. Preasy will have to play without the AWP, and it doesn't look like that AWP has been doing too much for them anyway. So AK-47's out, M4 for Roy. Rifles all there for Preasy. It looks like they're going to settle into a standard default. Pera's money built up for their early success.
3 players here on the defense again.
The bomb's coming over.
Preasy's looked for this aggressive kind of like opening fight with that quick smoke a couple of times. They haven't really gotten anything off of it. They have forced out counter nades in this round. Counter Molotov, counter HE. Resources that Pera won't have the longer this round goes on.
Porya pushing out. That's going to be Refresh holding. Ooh, sprays down. Doesn't get a single kill. And that CT aggression has worked out perfectly. Roy has to try and plug the hole. He goes back into the play. Sees a second player pushing forward. That's Aaron. And Roy is fully committed to this, realizing the bomb is dropped outside of the B-bomb site, and Roy will fall. Preasy's default is dismantled, and the round is fallen apart.
That's a disgusting piece of aggression. dupreeh can't handle the peek from Dark. Man, Preasy's having a lot of issues in this game. Nice aggression from Pera.
Yeah, Preasy do not look comfortable whatsoever.
I mean, it helps so much that they drop the bomb, so Roy is actually all on his own. There's one player watching for the A push, one player, dupreeh, was over at Dark, and it's just like Roy's got 1-on-3 essentially at this part of the map.
Preasy, well, the T side has a lot to be desired, but for Pera, this is their best performance so far at the RMRs. The most rounds that they've won on a single map. And the 7 rounds on the CT side of Anubis.
Quite a time for it.
It is right when you need it most.
And I mean, when you're in an elimination game too, like look for reasons to get fired up. I imagine Pera's sitting there, you know, we talk about, you know, the legacy of dupreeh being at all 19 CSGO majors. This would have been his 20th in a row. Obviously that could come to a close, but if you're Pera, you're sat there like, let's ruin that. You know, that's kind of the goal at this point, is obviously you want to qualify overall, but you know, take it step by step in this first map. Goal is ruin dupreeh's record.
Become the villains of the Counter-Strike world.
Shut it down, stop it.
Yeah, especially because given the seeding and how the tournament looks with the Buchholz system, the most likely matchup if Preasy were to win would be facing Astralis. And that would be a fun one, because then you would have dupreeh fighting against elimination against Astralis. Sure. You know, if you want to ruin all that, go ahead, Pera.
You got to get there. Deep nades, round 12, last of the first half. It has been all Pera since the guns came out on the map.
Yeah, Preasy have only found success in the pistol and the follow-up, and then Tech 9 rush. And again, this gun round is stopped with a double opener through Dark.
They've done such a good job in Dark. Outside of like the one Tech 9 round where they got steamrolled with some miscommunication, we've had a double spray down to start the round. We've had this double spray down now in this round. We've had them completely shut down any hits through there. Dupree's been stopped cold in one-on-ones a number of times. There's been no access to the B bomb site through Dark for Preasy.
Aaron, flash is good. Roy's blinded. Aaron receives one of his own, and that wild spray indicates he was caught by the flash, so Roy confidently swings into him. Gets at least one kill back here for Preasy, but they're still fighting a member down. 50 seconds left in this round, and at least they've got some mid-control, but where are they going to go with it?
Yeah, they wanted to press the issue, though. That Molotov really backs them off this timing. It takes it away. That's a really good disruptive Molotov. Now, the question is, Camion's getting aggressive out of B main. Oh, timing is everything. Timing is everything. I don't know if they spotted him. They certainly did now.
Camion, oh, aggression does not pay off, and Roy through camera shuts down MSN, and a 2v3 now established, but Poira on that quick rotation overs, considering Roy, and he turns back, but doesn't stop him. Roy with a big headshot, and what a recovery into this round for Preasy. Bomb is now down, and DGL, he's considering that save call. He's looking for Roy.
It's the last round he's going for,
baby. Of course, last round.
What he's considering is Roy hearing him run from Temple, so he's changing his location, and Roy hasn't caught onto it just yet.
He's going to go for that. Roy's looking the wrong way. Good read for DJL. He's now picked up the M4 instead. AK-47 available. And he jumps into the site. Refresh isn't giving away the position he's playing from. And that is going to cost DJL precious seconds. He gets into the bomb site, checking towards Dark, and no one being spotted. Refresh just hides away, and that's the round. A big fifth secured right at the end here for Preasy.
You were right, he is saving.
Yeah, he's saving. We all knew it. We all seen it. DGL saving in the round.
All right. Well, 7-5. I mean, I think, thank God they won the pistol round. Thank God, actually, you know, what's funny is it's almost like that knife kill, you know, helped motivate a second round buy, which got Preasy 3 rounds early on.
Yeah, so the pistol pandemonium actually.
Yeah, thank God they got those
well
3 rounds, because they only got 2 rounds once the guns came out onto the map. So I think they're going to be obviously not happy, but 5 you can work with. Let's see how good their defense is.
Yeah, Preasy would be hoping for a great start in the second half here with a pistol win and being able to convert that. But this is Pera's biggest opportunity here at the RMR to win a map. Strong defense on the CT side of Anubis. Now they transition to the T side with a small lead. Up next will be Vertigo. As Poria and DGL, the 2 players you mentioned at the start of this, that have stepped up and got big numbers in that first half.
Yeah, they had great halves. I think Aaron had some really good impact kills as well. I mean, actually, if you go down the list, like Camion he's 7-9, which doesn't look like anything special, but he was the one defending Dark.
Refresh double stack on the table, his teammate in below him, and Dupree lands a perfect headshot, but they stick around a little bit too long, and those trades come in. But it's bought some time. Roy is flanking through the water, can make no noise now. Has to slip his way in and walk up the stairway. And he could be silent about it. He could get in behind them relatively quickly, and it's not just Roy that's coming in on the flank. He's got his teammate in behind him too in the form of Altex, and now that's spotted out. Roy takes a couple of shots to the chest of MSN, and he's changed his position. He's left Fountain, and they go towards Heaven aggressively towards TMB, and he's going to hear those steps towards the storage area, but no kills coming through as they dodge every engagement. The time will start to tick. TMB has them distracted. He has them looking the wrong way, but it's only one. But he gets information. He spots both remaining players up towards Heaven, and Roy begins his strike. There's no kit available on the remaining 2 CTs, and now there's no remaining CTs at all. Pera win the pistol to start off the second half.
Really nice trade game. I mean, that's a recovery of sorts. That was a 3v5 at one point. The opening 2 kills go the way of Preasy on that stack, but fantastic job breaking it open and getting into the bomb site. Good decision as well to push towards Heaven. I don't think they spotted both players on the flank, but it just worked out to be the absolute perfect call for the kind of retake that was coming. Here's that stack, but it's DJL and Aaron to get the following 2 kills, and then just managing even almost kind of another flank when they thought they'd cleared deep enough. Second round buy for Preasy. Scout, MP9, and upgraded pistols.
Oh. Little tippy tap on DGL. He's down to 12. Bit early damage for Preasy. I'm hoping this force spike can pan out. Monte's just waiting, biding his time at jail. Oh, nice shot from TMB. He softens him up. That grenade's going in. Oh, I thought it might get a kill out of it, but it has taken a lot of health away from the attack of Pera. And this attack at the B bomb site could be perilous.
And with low HP, when you're trying to go back to a different site towards middle, towards the A bomb site, you're so softened up, it's going to be really hard to find clean entries.
Surprised there hasn't been more kills across the board here. Pera very fortunate not to have lost a single player.
The difficulty now for Preasy is they don't have any information, and like you have to find that information with pistols, which can sometimes be hard. So they're sticking with this B stack, but the attack is going to be coming towards A, and Refresh is playing it super passively.
Yeah, very passive, but he's got a grenade, and if he can get that onto a low HP player, that could stop them from moving any further. Aaron sprinting through camera, now has eyes on Refresh's swing, so not able to get anything done. That grenade's going to be useless, absolutely useless.
I don't even think Preasy was considering going for it. I think they just stacked the B bomb site, stayed there, and said, you know what, if they go A, we give it up for free. And that might be one they kick themselves for when they look back at the replay and realize how low players were. Because you'd certainly think, I mean, TMB tagged 2 with the scout, at least 2.
So you got to know a couple of players at least are low, and the grenade's going through B main.
Again, it just came down to information that Preasy was never able to get. And at that point, they're just like, you know what, it's really not worth actually going for this. So some kills being cleaned up, low impact, obviously in garbage time. Round's already over.
Yeah, but if you're saving to have something to play with the next round, that's gone now too. So almost would have been beneficial to attempt the round itself. But 9 rounds for Pera. Money doesn't look too hot for Preasy, so we'll take a look at the money situation. Should be another low buy, a couple of pistols maybe here and there, but double figures should be reached here for the T side of Pera. We might be chalking this one up to a 3-mapper. Do feel confident in Preasy being able to pull things back on Vertigo. They just don't look comfortable on Anubis whatsoever. And Pera have clearly shown, we said in the opening game against Cloud9, that's where they wanted the battle to go to. Now they've had the option to pick in a best of 3. They've gone to Anubis. So clearly it's a map that Pera put some work into. I think we've seen that on the defense. They had good ideas of the angles they should be holding, in particular a big half from DGL. So at this point, Preasy once again, lower tier buy, scout with pistols. B push towards Poira. He spots them out, and that's going to scare off the Preasy players.
Oof. That's a beefy nade. That's a spicy meatball.
Indeed. It's going to sting in the morning. Altex, 50-50. Presents down Aaron. Clearing out on the reply. This is nice and clean to a certain extent until this push towards Dupree.
Yikes.
The trading was effective, and then they push into the solo fight, and Dupree is able to pick up an AK-47 and slip away into the canal. Poira is going to try and deal with Dupree. Dupree is holding for the aggression. He's aware of this kind of move, and a step for Poira reconfirms that, but he's ready for Dupree. Good clearance to bring down that picked up rifle. And now it's TMB that started this round with a scout and looks to try and finish it, but the flash is perfect. He couldn't get back behind cover, and a sick recovery from Pera.
Yeah, really well done. Both those rounds encountered some resistance and able to find the correct maneuvers. This one actually didn't even change really the location on the map, just kept brute forcing it and overcame, and those pistols caused some chaos, but nice clear of Dupree down in canals. And Pera's knocking on the door of a map 3 rounds away, 10-5.
It's either Preasy start winning rounds now with a CT purchase, or we're looking at Pera taking this map away. And Aaron's going to sprint in, taking some space towards the A bomb site. Refresh seizes that utility, throws his own down, just to try and dispel any attack forward from Pera, keeps them back behind the smoke grenade, and MSN, he's just having a little peer behind that smoke that's blown open. Heavy rotation of players into a here for Preasy. They've hit the panic button.
Yeah, that's a huge utility jump. That's a lot of HE grenades coming in behind that smoke, and they've shifted to the other side of the map. So if Pera can pull this off, rotate back, you can see Dark was just smoked. Roy doesn't want them to have access to Dark for some time, but Preasy's going to start shifting off, and it looks like Pera just want to re-exec at the A bomb site. think they're very content with the Molotov and the smoke they forced out of refresh, the 2 or 3 HE grenades they saw come through that smoke as well. All resources that Preasy won't have.
And now they're looking to sell a little bit of a ruse towards start, but Aaron doesn't send the Molotov out. He's actually going back to line up. A smoke, Camion's coming through. Aaron now will apply that pressure into Dark, trying to keep players from Preasy worried about the B-bomb site. They're going for some plays through middle to try and gather information. DGL takes that kill on TMV and spots out the second player. So plenty of information now for Pera, and this round does not look good for Preasy. Even trading is not going to favor the side of Preasy here, and they're actually behind on players, so it's a 4v3, and now there's final A plays coming in. And Refresh once had plenty of teammates on the A bomb site, now he's alone and dead. So 11 rounds for Pera. We said Preasy needed to win that round if they wanted to come back into this. They don't, and now things are looking pretty much over. That
was actually such a nice round from Pera. You leave the Opera to watch for that push, you get a kill there. You know you're going to end at the A bomb site. You apply pressure at B with 2. You go 1 for 2 there. You just spread the defense out and pull everyone away from Refresh. Poor guy had, and remember, he's the one who dumped all of his nades at the start of the round when the initial pressure was applied. So he just had nothing, no options to do except fight. They're really working this map right now. 11-5. And Preasy have the issue of lack of economy, let's call it.
Yeah, they're broke.
Yeah.
They're once again asking for their financial support.
Not completely broke, not the worst broke we've ever seen, but it's
they're
not
They're not broke boys.
Dupree can drop one. I think with this scoreline as well, I think if you're Preasy, you probably want to force buy here. You're still so far back.
I think Preasy will.
So they're going for the 7-round comeback to force overtime.
All right. That's ambitious, but I like it. Good mentality. Try and get it all the way back. Otherwise, their chances will come on Vertigo. If you're tuning in and wondering the score of that Spirit game, well, we'll let you know. That Spirit, a map down. DGL, downs Dupree.
Poor MOUZ. Can't even phrase it like MOUZ won the map.
No,
it's got to be Spirit lost it.
Yeah, of course. That's they're the main talking point. They are the main characters currently.
Yeah.
Yes, MOUZ won.
MOUZ did win.
Vertigo. Again. Now it's time to see if it's just a Vertigo issue or Donk is washed already.
Sure. Well, I hope Vertigo's not an issue. Otherwise, they might have to change their permaban or just put some work in on Vertigo. Here we go. Utility being spent at the B bomb site again. 3 defenders here. TMB starting to cheat over. Overwhelming superiority of firepower in the way of Pera. That's awkward as hell. Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse.
Okay, pistols out of nowhere. Absolute carnage. And perhaps that comeback may be a reality. They got a first step taken here. MSN's going to try and break down as many as he can, but it's going to be very rough and difficult for him. He'll exit and spot Roy. That's a quick kill. Didn't take any damage and is quick to try and react on all tanks and separates them into 1v1 fights. Now it's TMV and Refresh, the only 2 members left, and it's a sick recovery off the bomb. MSN, mission impossible.
He knows the location of both now. He knows one's B main and he knows one's Dark.
So now he can set himself up towards Ivy.
Oh, this is so committed,
and this is a really good position to isolate fights into 1v1s. But yeah, like you said, he can't get away from this spot once he's spotted here, but he's hoping he can get them into 1v1. Jules, and oh, big flick back from Refresh. The pistols will win the round. Nice try from MSN.
Yeah, that's a rough last spot to choose to play, and I thought that was a really well put together clutch up until that spot selection. Still admirable. Plant and 2 kills in a 1v4, giving yourself a chance to win is really nicely done, but Preasy's still alive. The force buy works out, so they can still fight for a regulation win. Still a long comeback on the cards, and still not convinced that they've figured out this attack just yet.
Timeout for Pera, just chilling. Great opportunity for Pera. Get a map here with the RMRs, and rounds like this can be a little frustrating to have to stomach, but they know they've got a big lead to play with. 11-6 now. The scoreline will read AWP for TMB. Didn't get a whole lot of impact in the first half with the op when he had it. Let's see if the CT side can be a little different. Pushing forward is Refresh into the attack that's going towards him. He needs to get his utility down as quickly as possible. Refresh will call for help.
They're sticking to this one as well. They're coming right through it. This time they're not going to back away.
Yeah, this one won't be easy to force them back. A lot of damage done for Dupree. Does end up getting a kill, but once again, Refresh goes down without a single headshot going his way. Poria removes Dupree. Ultex falls in the rotation, and a simple call destroys Preasy.
Poor Refresh, man. He's had to deal with so much in the early rounds towards the A bomb site. And, I mean, Preasy doesn't even want to go for this whatsoever. You can't even blame him. 2v4. Camion might find a lurk. Timing's not with them, but they've already decided to save these weapons. So Pera's going to be up at 12. That force buy in the previous round was just a hiccup, right back to their winning ways, and they've got 6 chances to close out Anubis.
I mean, that round really should be the one that breaks the back of Preasy. If you're not able to deal with a straight-up A-rush, with it running through your utility, you have a rotated player coming in heaven to support you. Yeah, it's a rough old time here for Preasy. Refresh has had an especially tough game.
Terrorists win.
Pera, map point. Like we said, up next, Vertigo. And if we need it, Nuke.
Let's see what Preasy have for this comeback. How deep can they dig to keep fighting back in this map?
Would be very impressive if they were able to mount a bit of a comeback here.
It would be. I just think at the moment it feels like Pera's shooting just way harder than Preasy. And I mean, I hate to distill it down to just that, but some of these tactics have been like really simple. Like, I mean, that round it was just an A-rush. But Poria is nailing shots. He's 22-8. Aaron's having a really good game, a big step up from him. DJL is solid with the AWP. Camion was wonderful on the CT side. Across the board, Pera's doing really well, and this time Dupree wins out on the fight.
Yeah, not without taking damage, though. 40 health. He'll slink back through camera into that A-bomb site and leave TMB. Instead, to watch the mid doors, and he sees that jump across. He knows the Camion has got around that. And MSN's thinking a bit of a walk into the A-bomb site might be nice. It has been good to him against Refresh, but this time, Refresh steps up.
Yeah, this one might have gotten away from Pera. Some individual fights early on in the map, which we hadn't seen from them so far in this T-half. Are they going to come right through this? Oh, they're going to come right through this.
No, they're going right through the smoke. Will it work out for them? No. It absolutely won't. Refresh handles business.
If they could have traded one of those kills, I mean, they never would have expected, I would imagine, 3 players at this bomb site. 1 player heaven, 1 player pushed up towards A main, 1 player in the open in the bomb site, but they both split and took different targets. They need to at least trade one of those to give DJL a chance with the op, and 3rd timeout used by Pera to talk things over. 5 more opportunities to close out Anubis. I'm going to stare at the cheat sheets.
Let's see how deep those sheets go for Pera. Conversation being had across the board. They know this is the last timeout they have in regulation.
Big conversation between the players as well.
Yeah.
This was Dupree's opening kill. Individual duel against Aaron. MSN stepped in front of a Molotov to make that challenge happen, and then it was all an easy closeout with a stacked defense from Preasy.
Yeah, money's not great here for Pera, so good opportunity now to build on this for Preasy. Problem is they've been winning rounds like that just sporadically around this whole game and never really gone on much of a streak. If they can go on a streak here on the CT side, build some momentum, why not? Why not believe in a comeback? And Dupree spots out that boost, predicts it very well, and tries to take out the foundations. But it is just the 1 kill for Dupree. He'll lock down mid control for the next few seconds at least.
Should be all fine, as long as this Deagle doesn't do something crazy. And it's going up against an op.
Yep, TMB's... Oh, it's nice and easy for him. Camion dies outside of B. TMB just penetrates him with the op. These Glocks no longer have much interest in the round.
No, it might be a chance for just a longer conversation out of that timeout as well. Take a little extra time and just make sure everyone's ready to go in the next gun round.
Well, Cloud9 made the major today.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was great to see.
I enjoyed that.
Against Vitality as well.
Yeah, big scalp. Who was no kind of fluke passage. They had to play against the best.
Yeah, everybody talking about the lack of AWP. Boomix showing he can definitely go up against the world's best.
Honestly, that lack of AWP conversation is like, it's boring to me.
It's boring me as well. But everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in some ways it's obviously a fair complaint just because we've always seen AWPers in teams and they've obviously struggled. I think it actually, in a way, kind of helped them against Vitality, considering ZywOo has kind of, as time has worn on, you know, slowly drifted into the more rifle situation.
Yeah. Rifle's very strong in CS2.
They didn't have an AWPer who could really out-impact the lack of AWP on the Cloud9 side of things, but Boomich today was very serviceable in that department.
I'm trying to think, like, there feels like there's only one AWPer that's really doing very well in CS2, is Monte. Like, obviously, Device has been really struggling. You know, he's been even said today on X.com that he's not having fun. And that's kind of sad.
That was a weird tweet to see in the middle of the RMR. But I appreciate the honesty.
I mean, it can't be fun. You went last without winning a map in Katowice, and now you're facing elimination at the RMR.
Yeah, losing really never is fun.
I'm sure if he starts getting some wins under the belt, but damn, starting to have fun again.
I don't really believe him, though. I bet that Spirit game was a lot of fun to play. I mean, obviously, even with a loss, but I bet during it, putting up that kind of a fight, that good of a game, that had to have been enjoyable to a degree.
Yeah, probably. Preasy with the buy round.
This is a great timing. They're going to beat the shift from the AWP. Dupree spots it out, but he can't do anything to stop it. They don't need to challenge this. They don't need to challenge it, but they will. And that gives the opportunity for a double kill from TMB.
Yeah, big shots from TMB. And Camion's inside of the side with a bomb on his back. Refresh, spots him out, stays composed, and DGL now thrust into a 2v4. He's done well to pick up that first, but it's everything needed, and Refresh suddenly is woken up. It's an injection of energy.
He's had so many rounds head in his direction. He's like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I'll fight back. But really, I think the loss is the double dry challenge towards Temple. I don't think they had smokes or Molotovs to block it off, which I believe is why they challenged it. But man, they could have just hustled into camera. AWPer would have only gotten one. Trade Refresh off. Keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on the bomb site. 12-9. Preasy coming back. 3 rounds away, and it's a half buy for Pera.
Ooh, this lead is starting to shrink. It's really starting to shrink. But these are the kind of rounds you win. You know, Tech9s, you might just close it with this. The B defense is quite passive. TMB now moves back of the platform, and Roy at the obelisk.
Now, what's nice about this defensive setup for Preasy is because it's a half buy and there's Tech9s and pistols. No one actually playing inside the bubble. I mean, that's nice too.
Perfect. Yeah. They handled that, didn't they? You don't even need to tell me what's nice about it.
Yeah, they fall back passive, and even if someone goes down, the guns can't be recovered. But okay, was that 5 kills through smoke?
Yeah, no, it feels like it. Maybe one of them wasn't. It's just hard to keep track. They all came so quickly, but that round's over and done with. Now the gap is 2 rounds. Like, this could be overtime.
Yeah, and I think to a certain degree too. We talk about this in the past, especially with the lesser experienced teams. It's like, they did blow the smoke open, so that's fair play. I mean, winning is almost more nerve-wracking than losing. Like when you get to a point where you're like, oh, we can take this map.
We didn't expect this.
Yeah.
how do we do it?
And then you start losing 3 rounds, and then you get a little bit more nervous, and then you are like, man, we just can't find the winning recipe.
Yeah.
And oh, we're getting picked off by an AWP.
Blau always says it's like the car and the dog. The dog chases the car, eventually gets to it. What does it do? It doesn't know what to do when it gets there.
Shout out to the Dark Knight.
Yeah, he likes that nickname. Now we get ready to go into, let's say, polite. DGL, ready to go. Couple of stats being made on the jump up, and utility bombarding towards him. So Pera have to deal with the fact they've lost a player. I don't know if they're going to be able to convert this 4v5. Feels like they've now become a little cagey. I'm going to be setting up for a B split. Pera trying to attack into TMB and all Texas. Flash out of B-Man, he goes out for that fight. Good flash, good kill, but it's traded by Poria. And now TMB's under quite a bit of pressure. He needs a teammate to come on over, and Dupree is the closest responder, but they're both on ops. They're both on AWPs, and Dupree remembers his time with his hands on the sniper. Shot to MSN, Refresh makes the rotate. DGL is down, and so it is only Poria, and he has no chance in this round. 12-11, money in the bin. Preasy look like they have done it. They look like they've brought it all the way back, and overtime is now the most likely scenario to pan out.
Oh my lord, they have just stuffed Pera.
They could lose this 8K.
Yeah, they really could, but they won't. Poria will keep it in his hands.
No, they're chasing.
They're coming for a hunt, and time's out. Few more seconds. They never realized he was in the corner, but they've got it anyways. He wanted the up. It was like the holy grail he was reaching out to, and just gets caught at the end of the day. Well done from Preasy, but they got one more to go.
One more to go. Can often be the hardest. But I'm more interested to see the money. Here for Pera, okay, it's Galil's. But every player apart from MSN who has to go to a P250.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised they didn't descend more to like a couple Mac-10s or Tech 9s, considering how much utility they've been able to pressure the A-bomb site with. They're going to come right into Bree.
No, it's so awkward. You could just tell he wasn't going to win that fight. You could just tell as soon as he leaped forward that was going against him, and now the ult misses.
Oh, no.
They've lost the most frustrating round. They did the hardest part. They brought it back. They broke their money. And then they fumble in middle.
So simple as well. Not even like any kind of utility to take control. Again, they just thrust themselves into the fight, drop down, go dark. Two defenders here. Best chance for Preasy.
Yep, absolutely. Roy in the middle of the site. Just one holds down. He's run out of ammo. Has to go to the USP. And it's not going to be enough for a third kill, and it puts it all on Refresh. And he did not have a very good first half, but the second has been different. And Refresh is looking to try and step up with his M4. 3 players to take down, though. This seems like a mountain that Refresh will not be able to climb. He gets out towards Ivy, now spotted, surely taken down in just a moment. Bullets penetrate him, 13-11. Pera secure it in the most unlikely of fashions right at the end there. 4 kills.